Hi, I'm Sue Kropbauer, and I'm a midlife mentor helping people figure out how to get unstuck. Schools are great for some things, but not so great for others. You can learn algebra and chemistry and how to do the long jump, think track and field. But how often do you use those skills in your daily adult life? And I don't even think I've ever seen a high school or college syllabus for a class called How to Start Your Own Business. Sure, everyone isn't going to be a business owner, but it's like it isn't even an option in many schools. I am of the opinion that we should be teaching entrepreneurship in schools as well. The things that matter most for success as an entrepreneur and as an adult aren't directly taught in school. The traditional school curriculum assumes once you graduate, you're either going to work for someone else or go to college and then work for someone else. Entrepreneur Magazine actually published an article explaining 4 entrepreneurial skills we need in the classrooms, but schools don't focus on teaching this. Even entrepreneurial MBA programs, well, they tend to teach you how to manage somebody else's business rather than how to start your own. I know. The big argument here is that they don't teach entrepreneurship because it's not something that can be taught. I've heard entrepreneurs usually just drop out of school anyway. But, how many more people could grow up to create amazing businesses if these concepts were actually taught in school? Many entrepreneur concepts are teachable. Now, let's be clear. I'm not trying to restructure the school system. We have an amazing school system in place here in the U.S. for moving children along and teaching them critical thinking skills. Many great teachers teach many of these points, but sometimes teachers' hands are tied. And teachers are often given a curriculum that leaves, no extra room. It would make their jobs a lot easier if these concepts were added instead of trying to stuff them in somewhere. But, when it comes to being a successful entrepreneur, unfortunately, you're on your own. You'll have to take control of your own success. Business startup education. So, practice these skills for success to learn what school never taught you. Persistence. One of the hallmark attributes of successful people is persistence. Whenever you attempt to do something difficult, it's unlikely that you're going to be successful right out of the gate. You can have all the greatest ideas in the world, but if you don't understand that success comes through persistence, you're going to give up before you hit the mark. Persistence is a necessary trait to possess if you are going to be a highly successful entrepreneur. Consistency. Do you maintain the same goals until they're achieved? Or do you keep changing your mind, shiny object syndrome? Can you perform the same boring but effective tasks day after day? Can you maintain a positive attitude about it? How consistent are you with your behavior, your beliefs, and your goals? Daily work. Work smarter, not harder. Open a book on productivity and you'll likely see a phrase like this. It's one of the first things you learn in your career. Many children are already working smarter, not harder, just by their nature. It's about figuring out the most efficient way to do things and then doing them consistently every single day. Are you doing something every single day to become more successful? You can be amazingly successful with a relatively small amount of work performed each and every day. This can be, more effective than doing massive amounts of work irregularly. For instance, in school, it's too easy to wait until the last minute to study or write a paper. Intelligent people can get away with this in school, waiting to the last minute. However, this strategy won't work long-term out in the real world, no matter how intelligent you might be. How to deal with discomfort. Your ability to deal with discomfort is one of the best predictors of the level of success you will achieve in the future. Acting in spite of discomfort is what allows you to say go to the gym when you don't feel like it. It allows you to take action when you'd rather not do anything. How to deal with failure. Life is full of failures. There are so many times when we struggle and fall and feel like we've lost all hope. Learning how to accept the failure and get back up is the most important life skill you can learn in general. The more grit and resilience you can build, the stronger and tougher you'll become. Life throws really tough punches to the gut, but it's possible, yes, to get back up. I'm sure you've heard this Michael Jordan quote before says, well, just in case you haven't heard it, I'm sharing it again. Let me think about it. One of the greatest basketball players ever to play the game, Michael has said, I've missed more than, I think it's 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times, and I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Successful people have an effective strategy for dealing with failure. They learn from failure and improve their approach and try again. Overcoming failure requires persistence, consistency, and dealing with discomfort. Next, how to make good decisions. Few of us consistently make great choices. Most of us make choices based on the emotion at the time rather than the reality. As an American author, psychotherapist, and motivational speaker, Richard Carlson has said, don't sweat the small stuff, and most of it is small stuff. Much of the time we get stressed and worked up over the stuff that in the grand scheme of things really doesn't matter. When we allow ourselves to get too caught up in it, we ruin our perspective and don't take time to enjoy the moment. We simply make a choice that is psychologically comfortable. This kind of goes back to being able to deal with discomfort effectively. How to think long term. In the real world, there's no telling what you'll do and when you'll do it. You can control your own schedule and how you complete your work. You do have control over your own life and schedule, so make sure you make the most of it. A long-term perspective is so necessary to guarantee long-term success. Most of us are too focused on living day to day to craft a long-term plan. Procrastination, being busy without making forward progress, all are short-term choices you make along the way that greatly impact your long-term success. If you spend your time putting out fires each day, whack-a-mole syndrome, you'll never get anything to happen in great over the long haul. We're always told, get a good job, figure out who you really are, but, well, nobody really actually tells us how to do this. So we're left to figure it out on our own, from reading books, life coaches, memes on social media even. Surviving isn't the same as thriving. Take on the responsibility of learning the things that matter in the pursuit of your own success. No one else is going to do it for you. Understanding your self-worth comes with time and experience. It also requires a level of confidence in oneself. Knowing your worth comes from within and not from anywhere else. But being in a community that is on the same or a similar journey as you, think entrepreneurial transition, helps you to appreciate what you and others around you have to offer the world and is such a powerful tool. In order to know your own worth, you need to fully embrace all you have to offer and understand how amazing that is and how to apply it to being successful. You're going to do an amazing things. Own it, believe it, and go with it. As a business mentor for midlifers or entrepreneurs at any age, I encourage you to head over to my website, susankropauer.com, and check out the plethora of tools available in my learning systems for midtrepreneurs. From getting unstuck to understanding how a sense of purpose can be transformative in creating personal impact, there are tools and resources designed to help you along the way. And, for those that follow me, special heads up. My newest workshop registration will be opening soon. Sneak peeks are coming soon, and be sure to put your name on the wait list to be one of the first to gain access once it's available. And for sure, heavens, Don't miss next week. We'll be returning to the subject of insidious nature of self-sabotage. This is Sue Kropbauer, midlife mentor for 30 to 50 somethings, signing off for this Friday. I will see you next week. Have a glorious, glorious week.